We went in, and as soon as we got in there, you look up, and there were 3 scratches down the wall. That could be an animal, but there was like nothing there for an animal to get up there, so that was a little weird. It was really bizarre. I ended up just grabbing my phone and running out.
And talked about you had some paranormal, I believe, and maybe some ghost activity going on, experiences in your life?
Yeah, I've had a few encounters.
Okay, well, why don't you take us into it? Tell us what you experienced.
All right, so when I was about 14 or 15, me and a couple of friends did a B&E more or less into a abandoned building at the Norristown State Hospital. It was Building 17. It was abandoned. So we've always loved the building. Like, it was just, even though it was run down, it was like, it was a beauty, you know? So we went in, and as soon as we got in there, like, you look up and there were like 3 scratches down the wall, which it could be an animal, but there was like nothing there for an animal to get up there. So that was a little weird. But, so we're just walking around the building, and, we go up to the 2nd floor. We are going through the one corridor, and we go into this room, and I think it was like a kitchen. The door was like off the hinge, and we were like looking around the room, and I sat my phone on the counter and just keep looking around. We ended up leaving to like walk more on the 2nd floor, and I realized I forgot my phone. So I went back in, and I pushed the door open, which I didn't even think anything of it at the time. But I walked in the room, and it was like really clean. Like, it was not clean when we went in there. So I'm like looking around, and it just like really, like, it was really bizarre. I ended up just grabbing my phone and running out, and I caught back up with my friends, and I told them like what had happened. Like, the door was back on its hinge, and the room was clean, and like they all looked back, and like I looked back with them, and the door's back off the hinge. That right there just like really freaked us out.
I can imagine. Yeah, I would be too.
Yeah, that's all I can really remember.
Was your phone where you left it in the room?
Yeah. It was still on the counter, but it was just really, it was so bizarre. Like, I've never, just thinking about it gives me chills.
When you say clean, was there anything in the room, like furniture, or was it just spotless and just like ready to move in, or what?
Yeah, it was spotless. When we went in the first time, it was like dusty, dirty, the usual, like it hasn't been lived in. And I went back in there, and it was completely spotless. Like, you would think somebody lived there. It was really,
yeah. It's not like you could even say, well, I walked into the wrong room.
Right, because my phone was there.
Why would any of those, and why would any of those rooms be clean, even if they were,
Exactly. Yeah, that was, oh gosh. So we did end up leaving. That was the extent of what happened in that building. They have this, I don't know what you would call it. It's like, I guess like it's an underground tunnel, but there's like a wall that you can like walk on, if that makes sense. We were walking along that, and you could hear like chains and stuff down there, which it could be like a draft. There could be chains down there, but if I'm not mistaken, I researched that, and they said that tunnel is pretty haunted. it's been a while since I've looked up information. I probably should have done that. But yeah, the old building that we were in, that was, that used to be the women's building, and like women who were expecting and everything. And there was a fire, I believe, but I think I looked that up when I was in like 8th grade. So.
What state did this happen in again?
This is Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like 25, 30 minutes outside of Philadelphia.
There's a lot of mysterious ghost kind of paranormal things that go on in those kind of areas, in those older cities. I believe I've heard a lot of,
Yeah, Philly is, it's pretty haunted. I've personally never seen anything like in the city, but there were a few, there's books written on it. I have this one book that goes over a lot of like hauntings in Philadelphia and everything. And some people have claimed to see like Ben Franklin's ghosts and everything. So
cool.
Which I wouldn't doubt.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I'd be all right there.
Yeah, I would love to do like a haunted tour down there. You would think I would, living here for so many years, but.
So what else have you experienced?
When I was in 9th grade, I used to ride my bike down the Wissahickon Trail. The one night, well, it was daytime when I went, but I was just riding along, and I just get lost down there. I love it. It's just so serene and peaceful. But I realized it was getting dark, and I was pretty far from home. So I get on my bike and I start going, and it got dark fast. So I'm riding the trail, and up ahead, all of a sudden I see this like glowing like figure, and it just like darts off. Like it just went like into the woods. And that was kind of freaky, especially when you're the only one like on the trail.
Yeah.
Can you describe the figure? What you saw?
Really, it had like a silver like glow. And then when it like darted into the woods, it like, I don't know how you would describe that. It was not like disintegrated, but it was just like, I don't know how to describe it. It was really weird.
Was it blurry?
Yeah. That's a good word for it.
How big was it?
It looked like it was like human size. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was, because like I said, it's pretty haunted around here. So,
yeah,
that was the other incident. There was another, one that I had, although it wasn't, this could have been like a fox. I'm not sure, but, I used to live behind a graveyard, the 11 cemetery. And I used to crawl through the bathroom window and sit on the roof. And I'm sitting there on the phone with somebody, and all of a sudden I hear this like god awful like scream. And where my house was, it's like deep into the cemetery, I guess you could say. It sounded like it screamed like help. That was weird. I just like tossed my home phone into the through the window and just like hopped right in. I was like, yeah, no. Just close the window.
Wow.
Me and my ex, we used to live this is in Norristown again, and we let a friend move in with us. And she told us, she's like, I have a ghost that follows me. And we're like, okay. I mean, even though I've had encounters, like, I was like, okay. Like, and she wasn't lying. We ended up putting a hook and eye outside of the door. So, like, my animals couldn't push her door open and everything because it didn't, like, close. And I'd be in the living room, and all of a sudden you just hear the hook come off of the eye, like constantly. Like I would go back upstairs, put the hook back on the, and it would just, as soon as I turn my back, it's like coming undone again. The one night I decided to go into my room and just lay down. My ex and my mom were downstairs, and my mom's cat comes into the room, and he hops on the bed with me, and he's just starts staring like at the closet. And as soon as I look at the closet door, it just swings open, and like my mom's cat just darted out. Like he wanted nothing to do with it. That one freaked me out too. I ran downstairs and I told my mom and my ex what had happened, and my mom was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool," because my mom's all into it. She loves everything paranormal. But yeah, that was something else. So definitely after that night, I was like, yeah, maybe she did bring a ghost into our house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah,
so I just I ended up like getting like my grasp, and I just ended up like saying like, I don't care that you're here, my room's off limits. Like just stay out of my room. Anywhere else is free game, just not my room. That was the only incident that happened in my room, so I guess he was a respectful ghost.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Just last year, I'm living in Philadelphia again. Just last year, me and my girlfriend were in our living room, and the way the apartment was set up is, you like go through the door and you're right in the kitchen, and then you go through a doorway that has a door, and that's the living room. So we had that closed because it was winter, so it was getting cold, and we turned the heat on because we have like electric heaters, and so we just had that closed to keep the living room nice and warm. And all of a sudden we hear this like loud bang. So we open the door, and my girlfriend's standing there, and she's like, "That's not possible." She's like, she just kept saying that. She's like, I don't understand. That's not possible. Well, it turns out that we had a gallon of water on top of the fridge. I don't know how it ended up on the other side of the kitchen. We don't know how that could have happened. There's no way. Like my cats don't hop on the fridge or anything like that. So I don't know. I can't explain that one.
Sounds like you had an angry spirit going around.
Yeah,
something there.
Yeah, it was creepy, and I want to say probably about a month or two later, I was sleeping. This is what my girlfriend told me. We have a German Shepherd, and he likes to roam around. So he was going towards the kitchen, and she said he just stopped dead in his tracks. And when like a dog's like looking at something, they like bow their head to stare.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he lowered his head, and he just stared, like he wouldn't move. He stopped dead in his tracks, and then he started backing up, and she was like talking to him. She's like, "Oh my God, like, are you okay?" Like, making sure he's all right. He ended up laying on his pillow, but he just stared at the kitchen. Like she said, he was just staring for at least like an hour and a half. She's like, I couldn't sleep after that.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to either.
If you want a German Shepherd and you see it do that and then back up like that, you better have some concern.
Something going on.
Yeah. That I was like, you should have woke me up. Like, yeah, we used to hear like footsteps above us too when we would lay down. Because I live in a complex, so it's first floor, second floor, third floor. Third floor was getting renovations done, and we were on the second floor, obviously. And nobody would be here at night. They would only work during the day, and we would hear like footsteps going like along the floor. So that was bizarre. Cause I even texted my landlord and I was like, are you guys upstairs? He was like, no. I was like, well, I think somebody is. And he came and yeah, there was nobody up here.
Wow. I was going to say maybe a homeless person was up there running around. But...
Was it an old building?
I think this building was built in the 1960s. I think I read. Yeah, we ended up moving to the third floor. There hasn't been really anything up here. I do sometimes like feel like I'm like being watched, but nothing like crazy has really happened.
Since you moved?
Yeah, since we moved up here. Because we were on the second floor. We ended up moving to the third because it was a bigger apartment. We wanted to make the dog comfortable. So, yeah, it's just...
So out of all those encounters, out of all those experiences and everything, which one affected you the most?
I would definitely say the state hospital one with the room.
Oh, yeah.
That one was really bizarre. I've never been like scared per se because like I said, my mom is huge into the paranormal. Like she loves everything about it. So I was pretty much raised on like believing in ghosts and everything like that. Like she's a total believer. Yeah, so I would just go about my day like, okay, well, I guess that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what got you into that. What got you guys to go to that hospital and check it out? Interested in the ghost and the haunting and whatnot.
It was mainly my friend. She loved the building, and like the first time I saw it, I was like, oh my god, like I want to go in there. And I guess it was also, just being a mischievous teenager with nothing to do. So yeah, we saw the opportunity because the window was open. Like, because usually it's demolished now. Unfortunately, like they just did it. I think like last year or the year before. Yeah, they're doing a lot of like renovations over there, but yeah, we just saw the opportunity because they used to have like the cages per se, like outside of and one was off a window, so we went in. Yeah, there was also turkey vultures in there that were chasing us around a little bit, but
inside?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's scarier, those or the ghosts?
I think the turkey vultures. They're vicious.
Do you think that you attract these things? That's why you've had so many experiences?
I feel like I do because I guess because I'm a believer. I don't know.
You're probably more open to it than normal people.
What was that?
You're probably more open to it than the average people.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm all about ghosts, cryptids. Like I believe in it all because we can't be the only things walking around here. There's no way.
Exactly.
So,
what do you think these spirits and entities that you've dealt with are? Where do you think they're coming from?
I don't know. I would assume that they're just trapped here. Like maybe they do have unfinished business, or they were so like, or maybe they don't know that they passed. You know what I mean? I guess there's like no way of knowing, which really sucks because
not really.
I would love to know like how or why. Like why does it happen to some people and not other people? There's got to be a reason.
Well, I think some people
that too. Mm-hmm.
Some people are more accepting of it, like you, and I think that makes it easier. But there's also people out there who don't believe, and they still have experiences and run-ins or whatever, or see apparitions or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I've never had like a near-death experience or anything like that. So I'm not sure whether like why I haven't really like seen anything per se, like except for that one on that trail, but that was the only one I've actually like seen. Other than that, it's just seeing like doors swing open or clean rooms or screams, you know what I mean? I would love to see them too.
I'm sure it's just a matter of time, and it depends on where you're at. Like you said, you need to get down to Philly and do some investigating.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really go down there too much because it's Philly. It's getting really dangerous around here.
Not a safe place to be right now.
No, we just had a random drive by my old high school, and it was just it's crazy. It's crazy out here.
Well, I mean, I don't know how far that is, but hell, Boston's haunted.
Yeah.
Like a road trip.
Oh yeah, I would love that. I would love to do that too. Like I want to travel and to like haunted places and see them. That's definitely on the bucket list.
You're on the right coast for it. The East Coast is.
Yeah, there's a lot of old history over there on the East Coast, obviously, and a lot of haunted places.
You can just go to Gettysburg.
Yeah, I think I'm about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Gettysburg. I've been there once. Didn't experience anything, but I would love to go back and see what's good over there.
Did you say your friend saw the room, or was that only you that saw the room? It was clean.
It was just me who saw the room.
Okay.
But when they looked back, like the door was back, like off its hinge and everything. So like they had no idea what had happened. You know what I mean? Like they're just going off by what I said.
Yeah.
I wonder what they were trying to do, showing you how it used to be. I don't know what their point was in that. That's interesting.
Well, it's almost like you walked into a different time dimension or something almost, Right.
Yeah. And it goodness.
I just got chills talking about it.
Yeah, that's some creepy stuff like the movie The Shining.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Now I'm not going to look at that movie the same way.
Yeah. So you plan on getting out anytime soon, or like I said, you're in a good area, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely like to. I live near Valley Forge too, so I'm sure there's something around there. So,
do a lot of people in that area believe in ghosts more than normal? You think?
I'm not sure. I know. I would say it's probably like 50-50, which I don't understand why. It's a very, very history-ridden city.
It's so historic. It's so old. I would think that more people would. I mean, that's where this country started, so there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would love to go back to Gettysburg, though, especially I know they offer like haunted tours and everything, so maybe I can do that sometime soon.
They got a big festival there, too, once a year.
Well, hey, we appreciate you telling your encounters and your experiences with these paranormal entities and ghosts and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I've been a fan of you guys I've been listening for about a year and a half now.
Cool.
Wow. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's, you guys were actually the first podcast that I started listening to.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So
we appreciate that.
Definitely been a fan.
Yeah, we're glad to get you on. Thanks for being a fan.
Hey, if you do happen to get out there some more and do some more investigating, let us know.
All right. Well, we thank you again. We'll let you get out of here.
All right.
Take care,
Thanks,
Shawna.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye. You know, as always, these ghost paranormal stories really get me, get the hair standing up on my skin, you know?
Yeah. I like them. We need some more of those.
Some creepiness going on there with that room.
Yeah, I suppose that was.
Who knows? Who knows what the world is out there? That paranormal kind of thing. So, always love hearing those stories. I'm glad she came on.
Yep, me too. Hopefully we can get her back if she sees anything else.
Right. And if you guys have had any paranormal, Bigfoot, any kind of cryptid encounters, be sure to go to our website and submit your story if you'd like to, or email us. Our email is what, Brian?
info@cryptidcreatures.co.
And our website is?
www.cryptidcreatures.net.
So be sure to check it out, everyone. And again, we appreciate you listening. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Brian, thank you for being here, man. Good hanging out with you.
Always fun. Every time.
All right. Until next time.
Yep. See ya.